Yeah. How y'all doing out there? It's your boy Coach E in the house. Crane Violet, all that good stuff. Here on the GameFi podcast, where we talk everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. We get it in today. We are about to close out this 2021. Man, I don't even know what episode this is right now, but we sure been having some fun with everybody out there. Got some good guests in, so I'm gonna let them introduce themselves to y'all. So you know how we do it, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're just gonna run through everything, and we're just gonna chop it up, have a good old time, and we in the LivehiphopDaily studios, man. That's how we do it. All right,
let's go.
That's what's up. What's up? Yeah. All right. I like Kevin Hart. All right. Man, you know, stuff is cool until like old folks start doing it. When old folks start doing TikToks and all the stuff,
they add their rhythm to it.
Oh, there it is. So it's still pretty cool when they do it. Oh, okay. I was like, you know, I'm always looking back to everybody's. So yeah. Man, 2022 is right around the corner. It's crazy. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this thing. Let me go ahead and have my guests introduce yourselves, and then we'll kind of go from there. So starting to my right.
St. Louis Artist West Keys.
You might want to get a little closer.
St. Louis Artist West Keys, engineer, CEO, merchandise holder.
And it's your boy, Hefner the Boys Push from New York, but I live out here now. Cameraman, photographer, videographer.
Okay.
Everything else in between.
That's what I'm talking about. So we got some of the behind the scenes folks up in here. And so I'm definitely, this is going to be a good one because, you know, we always talk about what everybody get to see, the product after everybody has finished doing everything, what comes out. But they actually get a chance to talk to folks that help put the stuff together. That's going to be big. So we're just going to go ahead and jump off into our gaming segment, and then we're going to go from there. Yeah. Gaming segment here on the GameFi podcast. Everything gaming, arts, animation, music, esports, film, cosplay, creative, whatever it is, whatever you want to do. I heard it, boy. That made my heart jump. The phone hit the ground. I'm like, oh, Lord. You know what? I cracked my phone the other day, and my son cracked the back of my new phone in my replacement.
Oh, no.
And I was upset with him, but I was like, he ain't number 8, so you know I can't be mad at my man. But yeah,
he's probably like, it's just a crack.
It's just a crack, there. But I got your crack.
Phone cases come in handy.
I know I had to get, you know what? I had an outer box, but you know it started like breaking apart, and they lifetime warranty. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and get me another outer box on that. But y'all, we in the gaming segment here on the GameFi podcast. We'll get in this. So I'm gonna start with my toughest question ever to any of one of my guests, and then we're gonna go whoever want to kick off. Here we go. You ready? It's the toughest question I got for you.
All right, let's get it.
Here it is. When did you first fall in love with video games?
It's time for you, Push.
You just threw it right off here. Yeah, Push. Go ahead, get that, Push.
Let's see. I would probably have to say maybe Nintendo.
All right. I'm with you. What game on Nintendo?
It's a long time ago. Let me see. I can't even remember the games back then, to be honest with you. Pac-Man probably was one of them.
I think Nintendo came out with a remake. They did it was like a Capcom type of deal that they brought with him. I forgot what they did. But see, I had Sega. My best friend is one that had Nintendo. Okay. You know, in his house, but Contra and everything. But I'm trying to remember. Man, I'm trying to think because I think they did do like a Super Pac-Man or something like that. They did something that came out on there. It was cool. But so, about how old you think you were then?
Sheesh. Maybe 7.
See, I told y'all these are the toughest question out there, man. Make folks go down memory lane. You got to think about all that stuff. Now, I know you played some games.
I got my answer, man.
Oh, well, come on with it.
Look, I got it on my phone.
Oh,
right here.
Uh-oh.
8-ball mini clip. Now, if you remember, you go back before 9/11. Hold on. Before 9/11 at the middle school, when the only game you can go on, the only game site you can go on in the public school, was www.cess.net.
There it is.
CSS and Miniclip.
Man.
And I ain't had no video games at home. I came from a less fortunate family, so I knew how to play pool. We had a bar in the basement, and we had a pool table down there. So.
Man, I grew up. See, that's my dad. My dad too. We had an unfinished basement, and it didn't get finished till like I was like older, almost in college. But the only thing that was in there, he had all kind of like black light. See, they probably used to do black light in the basement parties and stuff before I was born. But he had a pool table. It had all kind of artwork up there, and that's when I learned how to play pool. And then
the lava lamps too. They had the lava.
They had all that, man. And I mean, you know, he's like, "Yeah, son, got to get the right English on the ball." And I was like, "Well, okay, Pop, you know, trying to teach me how to hustle, folks, and everything." But man, that was good days. Basement pool, I love it. But I used to play that. Let me see. I was on that heavy for a minute too, on the video game on the pool, but the 8-ball
on the video game though. I grew up with the Sega Genesis though.
Okay.
I shout out to Knuckles.
Okay.
Shout out to Knuckles.
So that was Sonic. What is it? Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah.
That was number 2.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. That's crazy. So I started with this. Well, I go back way long. So I mean, we had Atari and television, Commodore 64, and then that was the PC then, and then after the Atari, I got the Sega, regular Sega, then the Sega Genesis, then the CD and the Dreamcast. So like I had all the Sega.
You got the whole thing.
Man, look, man, I had to put in some work for that. Shoot.
I ended at Dreamcast. And
okay.
Oh yeah,
that was the streets took over after that. It was like no more games.
You know what? Dreamcast was something different. When the Dreamcast hit, when you heard Dreamcast, it was like Xbox One.
Yeah. Like Xbox.
I got a Dreamcast. It was like your Atari just out the window. Your Sega over with, bro. Like,
you got to take the games, blowing it.
Yeah. See, that's how you know somebody that grew up with some for real video games. We had to blow them joints out, or you had to take the piece of cardboard and wedge it in and keep it playing.
I remember one of the cheat codes for what was that? Contra. Up, down, left, right, side,
up, down, left, right, B-A-B-A start.
Hold on, my first cheat code, it was Grand Theft Auto. It was left, right, up, down, What's the opposite? Hold on, what's the opposite? It's like, hold on, no.
It's that muscle memory kicking in right there. That's how you did it. And that's we were on those sticks so heavy, it was just in there. You just be like, boom, you press start, but all right, man, hurry up before we got pressed leg. Hurry up. Video games are, man, they're the best. Number one question. I love that question. I'm gonna tell you why I love that question, because everybody, for the most part, has some type of memory tied to that growing up, playing games, and
it's relative.
It's relative, and that right there, that being able to see video games and all of that, usually, if you trace it back, gets people started into whatever they want to do, be it in music, be it in film, art, or whatever. It's that video game nostalgia helped to push that forward. And so I know we're gonna get on into that. So we gonna be here all day today. We're gonna move it. So that's our gaming segment right there. I just want to know where they was coming from. So we here. We on the level.
Blood, man.
We there. So I got some for real folks up here with me right now. Got some for real folks. So we're just gonna move on to the art segment. Yeah. It's one of my favorite tracks right here.
You got a groove to it? You bouncing?
Yeah, that's it right there. You got that. What do you pick? What's in your mind right now? What are you seeing in your head?
I'm playing the piano.
Oh, there it is. See? There it is. There it is. See that? These are real creatives right here. See, you know, when you sit with some folks that really got some talent, you know what I'm saying? They take it, do what they do. Wait.
I was actually thinking more on the camera side, just slow motion, everything.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's what.
That's
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there.
I smell a commercial, man.
Man, commercial, you know, a good little sizzle reel, a good trailer promo joint.
30 seconds, 50 seconds.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. But if you go, you can spit. So I got, now when we move, I'm gonna put you. Hey, I'm gonna put you on the spot when we get to the music segment. We got a little track, man. I'm gonna let
I always
you.
have a disclaimer. I am not a rapper.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, man. I play one on TV. That's what's up, man. So we're in the art and animation segment right here, but we more so this is when we really talk about creativity and being creative. So I know we're gonna talk more on the film side of things like that. But with somebody come to you when you were young, like what were some of the creative things that you were doing growing up that you can remember doing that you like to do?
I actually have to say, my dad's a reverend, my mom's an evangelist, so I grew up in church and the music.
Okay.
I've been playing since I was 11.
There you go.
I didn't know I was gonna branch off to playing piano, organ, drums, bass, and all that stuff, and then joining this side. But man, music always stayed with me. Whether I'm in the park, they talking about they got sticks, well, I got sticks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the park, I got music up there no matter what I see is jam music. So I kept that close to me. Outside of that, though, coming up, man, I don't know, I was active. I'm like a jack of all trades, but I had to fix a lot of things because I broke a lot of things and was going to get in trouble for it. I got whoopings for real. So I couldn't.
Hey, if you ain't had that switch bush outside your house, man, you know, if your dad didn't have that special belt that he would bring out in those, if your grandmama didn't get at you, then, you know, you ain't grow up for real, for real.
If you didn't experience the severity of duct tape, you really didn't have a lifestyle.
That is crazy. Man, my teachers was real creative with that duct tape. They used to take their yardsticks. See, this is when they could whoop you in school. They'd take them yardsticks and they would wrap them in the duct tape and they'd go at us.
We didn't play that. Teachers, no teachers. Mm-mm.
Man, they was on us. They was on our heads. But look, man, that kept most of us. Now, some of us fell off a little bit on the wayside, but for the most part, you know, we were regular knuckleheads. We didn't get too far gone because we would have that in the back of our minds. But what's some of the growing up? What were some of the creative things that you would do?
To be honest with you, I really wasn't creative growing up. I mean, I thought I had some creative bone in me, like you know. Going to school, I was in choir, you know, in the choir, so you know, I was a tenor.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
They thought I had a deep voice, but really I didn't. It was just a couple guys. But to be honest with you, I was more athletic growing up. So,
okay.
And then you know, being in a single family home, just my mom and my brother, like she kept us in Boys and Girls Club or CYO basketball. So
right.
Just all throughout grade school to high school, I wasn't really creative at all, to be honest with you. I didn't really start getting creative until probably my mid-20s.
All right.
I started throwing parties, picked up a camera just to record my parties, and then fell in love with the camera. So that's, I think,
but
my
see,
creative.
He's from New York, though. So I'm a little bit more intrigued because, see, I never got to ask him.
Where are you from?
I'm from St. Louis.
Okay.
He from New York, though, so by him saying with the sports, I know with that population, I know it's a little different.
Yeah, it is. Then
I know the influence is probably different, too.
And I'm from Atlanta, so, you know, we didn't have that big city vibe right there, so everybody was still, you know, everything was still open. And I know, because I tell people, I'm like, man, I don't know, I got a lot of friends from New York, and I'm like, man, I don't know how y'all grew up out there, because I'd have gotten, first of all, I probably would have gotten to, knowing what I did here, I would have gotten all kind of stuff, but, you know, it was, I don't know, because I did transportation. I rode from city to city, public transportation stuff. But New York public transportation and just the way that the cities are hooked together is a whole lot different.
Definitely.
So just falling off in that,
we always had vehicles in our household, so I was never really with the public transportation unless one of the vehicles broke down and you had to take it. But yeah, I had my first car at 15.
Yeah. Okay.
So backing it out my mom's driveway up and back, because I had to learn how to drive stick before I can even get my license.
Right. Okay.
Same boat. First car at 16.
Yeah.
Mama said I couldn't get it. I went and got it anyway.
She said,
stick shift, Plymouth Breeze, no title.
Drive a stick shift, you can drive anything.
That's it. That's what my dad was like. Look, man. He said this is a skill because he had a Fiat. 78 Fiat, red Fiat convertible.
Fiat was out back then?
Yeah, man. Fiat is old, man. Mm-hmm. Shoot, that's one of the it was chair, nice little ride. They had them joints convertible, and it was a stick shift. He was like, listen, son, skill. If you do this, like you said, you can drive anything. It don't matter. And when I went to school, when I went to college and whatnot, I could drive anything. It would be folks, they'd be like, it's a stick. If you was going on a road trip or something, if it was a stick, then
designated driver.
You designated driver. But that put me in a comfortable spot because, you know, I had to sit in the middle and all that. I could be in the driver's seat and do what I needed to do.
My first car was a Chevy Beretta. 89 Chevy Beretta.
Nice. I had a 70, what was it? It was a 81 Cutlass Calais. That was my first car.
I had a 98 Plymouth Breeze.
See, you know, he had a nice car.
No.
98, man, yeah. I remember we got it out of my aunt's garage, and I wasn't supposed to know because I knew it was there, and I was getting my license. I was like, well, I need to get it. Can I get that one? They was like, nah, don't worry about it. And they already had started fixing it up to get to me, and I didn't even know it, but I thought I was doing something, and then I had to keep that thing together. You talking about duct tape. Man, I learned how to be a shade tree mechanic when I got that joint because I had to keep it rolling. So we had to figure out whatever we had to do. We had to tape it up, keep it going, get a new hose, make a hose. Shoot, it was all kind of stuff.
If you ever been around Grandpa or Daddy, you learned that you can place screws in a lot of places too. A screw will fix a lot.
You right about that. Man. If you plug it up, keep it together, fasten it didn't matter. You just had to do what you had to do on that one, man. So first of all, let me get this out of the way too. So y'all grew up in these cold places where it get cold, and so I understand why y'all here in Atlanta right now. What was that like? What was that like growing up in them cold places like that?
Okay, so that little sharp wind that's outside right now. Yeah, we woke up to that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, we take trash out of that. You know what I'm saying?
That was a little baby tap. That was just a little baby tap.
So when it come to that, like you don't know. I've been down here 2 years now.
Okay.
Y'all don't know unless y'all didn't experience. Y'all really don't know, and I don't know. You in New York?
Yeah, New York.
So I know I don't know.
That's even different.
But from my experiences, we still below zero. We can experience some feet.
You can keep all of that.
He said you keep up. What's the lowest y'all get down here?
In maybe a single digit, maybe like 9, 10.
I've seen
it's gotten to about
12,
10. It's gotten to like 10, but it's not going below. Like we've never approached 0.
It must be the wind chill. It's 10.
Well, you know what? Maybe that is it. It'll take you down about that. That's about right.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Growing up for me, I mean, I loved it growing up. I mean, I'm a winter baby. I'm born in January.
Okay.
So every winter, we got the snowsuits, we got the gloves, the hats. Mom putting Vaseline on her face.
Hey, that's a universal mama thing right there, the Vaseline.
So, but I think just getting older, like really getting older, the cold just wasn't. I just wasn't feeling the cold. Getting
you probably put it
the
right
bones.
There.
You know what I'm saying? My bones starting to ache. So once I got a taste of coming to Atlanta, I came to Atlanta a few times, and then once I got here and I seen how the weather was, how the people was, I was like, man, I should have been relocated. You know what I'm saying? So
Shit, I want to get us both in this thing. Let's see. There you go. There you go.
In trouble for real.
Oh, get in trouble with who?
My phone. It's gonna keep falling.
Man, I used to have a case that had the bands. I miss my case so bad because I could use to set my phone and do what I needed to do with it. But it's all good. We gonna take some time out. But man, so we didn't. I remember we were from. So I lived in. I joined the military. And I lived out in Newport, Rhode Island for about a year. So there we go. Look at that. Oh, we got the. There it is. Boom. All day. Here you go. Let me see that right there. But I used to live, and that was the first time I ever jumped out a second floor window into the snow, in the snow drift, man. Come on, man.
So how deep? It's kind of deep.
Yeah. Because it was on the side of the building, so we just opened up the window and we just jumped out. We was in the barracks and we was like, look, man, let's get it. We were actually snowed in. See, you don't really ever get snowed in, but we were snowed in, so we was like, you know what?
We don't had those state of emergency where everything was snowed in. I mean, everything was iced out. The ice storm of, I can't remember what year it was, maybe 99 or some crap like that. But I remember actually literally building snow tunnels because the snow was so high.
Wow.
The snow trucks used to push it up, like you said.
Yeah.
Or something, and then you could just literally just dig your tunnels and stuff. And
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I only did it 1 year. 1 year, I was like, this is it. I can't. Nah, I'm not born for this. I'm good. I need to get back down south. And I'll enjoy my 4 seasons and get them all in. And I don't care how hot it is. I'd rather be super hot than super cold. Yeah. And that was just something I'd rather on that side of things. I like to do that. But memory lane, I tell you, snow and cold weather. Yeah, so now y'all here and it doesn't get that cold. Y'all can just chill. Y'all can be out.
It get cold, but it don't snow, so that's a plus for me.
That's a plus.
Yeah, it ain't the same. It ain't the same cold as like where I'm from.
Oh no, that ain't it. It definitely ain't that.
I think y'all got them negatives up there, don't y'all?
Yeah, y'all get
See, I'm from Rochester, New York, so I'm not too far from like the Canadian border. And we get that lake effect, snow and all that. So yeah, 20 degrees is more so like negative 20 degrees.
No, I don't want none of that. I can't do none of that. Then you got, because I ain't never really did no ice skating for real. Lakes freezing over. I don't know nothing about that.
To be honest with you, the long coast stuff, that's country up there where I'm from. Like we come down here, we seem like that's the norm. Like even in Chicago, they really don't wear them long coats. You know, they wear them.
It's cold. You need coat. I need coverage everywhere.
That's that wind cut.
Shoot, man, I don't want none of that. See, but that's, they built a little different up there, I guess, you know what I'm saying? For the weather, I ain't built like that. I need some warmth everywhere, and I'm trying to stay in. I even lived in Arizona for a year or two and it was super hot out there, and people was like, how you do that? I was like, listen, you don't stay outside in the sun.
Everybody got that AC.
Yeah, mostly everybody got AC.
I got you.
Everybody got. See, you gotta let the film man handle it. He got you. He got you. He gonna set you up. So they got the misting. They got the little misters that you can walk through when you're downtown. They keep a little cold, little cool breeze that go through. You get a little mist on you, so you don't overheat. But I mean, them extremes. But the funny part about it though, it's in the desert, so you get real cold too. And Phoenix is not far from like Sedona, and that's where they got the ski slopes. So literally, if it's raining in Phoenix, it's snowing in Sedona. So you could be driving through the rain, and all of a sudden it turn into snow. And you in Phoenix, you in Arizona, and you don't think, but nah, it get like that for real out there. Yeah. But it's cool though. I enjoyed it. I almost got in trouble out there, man. I'm glad I moved back because, man, I ain't need to be out there all that time.
Y'all didn't experience no kind of like hurricane weather, none of this stuff that way, do y'all?
Tornadoes. We get most of the tornadoes here in Atlanta. And then, when the hurricanes push in enough, you get like, severe thunderstorms and rain, and then you'll get flooding from that. But then, mostly tornadoes is what you get. But it's not like Midwest tornadoes though.
Yeah,
not that bad. We'll have a good short season. It'll go through pretty good. We had a couple that touched down when I was growing up. That was pretty major.
Last week, matter of fact. From this podcast, we send our condolences to all the families and
everybody
everybody who had lost ones.
It's tough. Tragedy, Mother Nature is tough, man. Mother Nature is pretty undefeated, man. I mean, the more we populate things, we get rid of. I used to do some research around this stuff, like how come, like especially when Katrina and all that stuff happened, I was like, why did that stuff really happen the way? But then what I found out was the natural flood plains that used to be there, they started building stuff there and putting concrete and things, and so instead of water being able to run off and get soaked into the ground. And that's what happens. I mean, we try to overpopulate things, and then, when weather happens, it can't go nowhere. It used to be able to go places, but it can't. So, you got to be careful out there. And again, for those who've ever been a part of those tragedies, shouts out to you. We thinking about you, we're praying with y'all. And, but we resilient people, so just we're gonna rebuild and everything, and hopefully we build back better. That's what we'll do. Definitely out there. Man, what was the craze? Let's see. All right, man, we doing a whole lot. We talked about the weather. Now we talk about the art.
And then it was crazy because like how you talking about the hurricane stuff though. We finna go to the next category. Like,
no, you good.
Did you pay attention to how they all came into different states like that? Like the Kentucky and all them back to back and killed the multiple people like that.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. I think they messing with this weather, man.
They doing something. I mean, one of my
video games, and we got all that. They playing the real video. This is Sims.
I'm telling you. Well, first of all, everything technology, military and all them folks have it before anybody else. So you never know what's being put out there, what's being put in the atmosphere. They always doing, all that kind of stuff. So that does have an effect on it. But pollution overall does have an effect on, you know, how severe weather is. And we got the global warming, you know, the ice caps, they melting and, you know, messes up the salt in the water and it changes things. So, I mean, that stuff is real. So all that stuff you see in the movies like Day After Tomorrow, that's one of my favorite movies. But any of those movies that talked about weather, anything that talked about those type of things, you know, that stuff is true. It is based on truth. And, you know, it happens. Yeah. So, you know, everything we do has a consequence. So
I like World War Z.
No. World War Z was good.
Trying to go back to the apocalypse.
Yeah, I got to stock up.
Yeah.
Get ready for that.
Have everything you need. You got your water, got your
this
food.
COVID stuff, man. You might want to think about that.
I mean, you got to.
They had COVID-19 in The Simpsons back in 1990, 98, 99.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So again, art imitating life, stuff people don't know. If you look at movies and you look at television shows, man, they always have a lot of stuff that comes out and it goes on now. See, they say it's fiction, but then, you know, sometimes they be getting to peek at stuff that's coming out and they want to push it out to get people ready for when it really do hit and really do come out. You got to be careful because he had that movie Outbreak and all them other movies that talked about, you know, pandemics and stuff. Yeah. I mean, you got to be ready for that stuff. They try to get you there so you can hit, just like with Black President. You know, it was a lot of movies that came out before Barack Obama came out that had
Olympics has fallen.
Exactly, they had black presidents. They wanted people in their mind to get used to it. Even for a woman president, there's a lot of TV shows that have gone with women in power like that. They just want people's minds to get right before it happens. So you know, you never know. You never know out there, man. So, all right, we just gonna keep it pushing, y'all. We're gonna keep pushing. So we did the gaming, we did the art. Now this is y'all. We finna get into y'all. This is the music segment. So dust your pipes off. Here we go.
Hey.
I think you might be able to mess with that one.
What you Come on, boy.
I gotta get my mind right first.
Don't tell me the gamer finna get it cracking. I know he ain't finna. I heard you over here. Go ahead, give me like 2.
See, I had y'all ready. But hey, I'm working on my bars, man. I'm gonna get them together, man. I'll be in the car thinking about it. I ain't got them together yet, but I think it's gonna be an episode. I'm gonna come out here and I'm just gonna be like hot fire, man. I don't know. When I was probably, college was the only time I really was trying to rap for real.
You know what I think you'll be good at?
What's that?
You think you'll be a good producer, bro?
Oh,
I've been watching the way you just like you kind of mess with the buttons all the time, man. You don't even pay attention to it.
Nah, well, I'm a musician. You know, I am a percussionist, so you know.
Put the beans on.
And at church though, I mean, I used to run the board at church and stuff.
I came here.
Well, see, you gotta know how to do it. You gotta know how to do it. You gotta understand just some of just the foundational stuff, the fundamentals. You know, to make sure everything, the timing, things that nature. So I do want to. You know, I always feel like I am because I'll listen to music and I'm like, yeah, they should have added this. You know, they should have threw it a little bit. Okay, they probably could have tweaked it here, there. And then, you know, and then when I hear stuff, I'm like,
you be sitting there, that's not full.
I'm like,
it's not full.
It's missing something. I'm like, wait a minute. You need to, nah, that ain't quite it. But when I hear it and it's it, I'm like, you got your one. That's one right there. So, you know, I'd have been good like they did, like they used to show like in Motown where they used to have the room where everybody listened to the music and be like, is it a hit or not? I'd have been good in that room. I'd have been able to pick out the hits if I was in there. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm listening to folks. I'm gonna let them know. I have a few mentees that are getting into music and I listen to their stuff now and I let them know. I'm like, you might need to go back in the lab on that one, work on that a little bit more. But then they come out with something. I'm like, okay, nah. That's it. You did your thing on that one. You did your thing. So let's push that one. Don't push that one. Push that one. Definitely take that one off.
I might get you to listen to a few things.
Wait a minute now. Hey. I try to do what I do. But now we ended into the music segment on the GameFi podcast. Everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film music. So we're getting into y'all genre a little bit. So in church, playing music, growing up, I think first of all, anybody that is a musician, if you're a for real musician, unless like your parent was like a musician and y'all didn't really too much go to church or stuff, I don't know. But I know most of us growing up, you had to go to church.
Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Let me tell you something. If you ain't in church, if you ain't go to church at least 3 times a week growing up,
you ain't real.
You ain't go to church. You ain't go to church for real. You know what I'm saying? If you saying that you was in church, you'd be like, tell me about it. What service you went to? And then you got to be at multiple services. Did you go all day? Or did you just go to morning service, afternoon service, and oh my God, what was those meetings called? Oh man, we used to have stuff in the evening.
Prayer
meetings in the everything, man. Bible study, midweek service, man. We had all those things. But again, that was a good place. I like a lot of musicians that I do know. They credit church a lot for the foundations of the music they were able to pull together and just be able to hear that different things. Even with even on the artist side for people who sing, you know, the practice that you have for church. First of all, you got to be quick. You got to pick it up fast.
They freestyle.
Yeah, anticipation, just understanding that you know how to blend. Just the time and the rhythms and everything together, you come with a fundamental understanding that you don't even get. I know, like my wife, you know, she grew up singing in the church and she got onto a singing contest, and like everybody that made it to the final round were like, you know, they ain't training, they had teachers, vocal coaches, and all this stuff, and they were talking to her like, you know, where'd you get your training from? She was like, church. And she ain't do none of that. She was like, you know, those, because they were some slave drivers, and you know, they be like, look, you better push it out. You know, like hard out here for a pimp. Wasn't that Hustle and Flow? He was like, you better push it out. That's the shoot. I used to hear that from my director all the time. They were like, you better push it out. Sing with in your gut, with your diaphragm. Get out your chest.
Like, push it from your belly. That's what they say.
Just push it. Hey though, but I remember, but in the youth choir though, man, we used to kill it, man. We was rebels. But it was like we knew every Sunday if we were gonna sing, we was gonna kill it.
And like even if you was in the streets, it's a different type of happy. Like,
oh yeah,
it's like a different type of uplift. Like I can really smoke now. I ain't trying to be funny, but like you got I'm finna get fried. It's like you just feel so relieved. That's not funny, but I'm just talking to the real people. I'm talking to the real people that's gonna understand, the ones that's still out there that kind of be going back and forth about it. You know what I'm saying?
You know. If
refreshing.
Life is life. Because I am a youth minister too, and I talk to my young people growing up, and they were like, "How could you do this?" First of all, I didn't. I knew I could be a preacher when I knew some of the folks that I grew up with. They started preaching, and I was like, "Well,
I know, dog.
You could be a preacher. I know I can do it." So but the cool part about it is the experiences we had growing up, we could relate. And I do youth. I don't mess with adults like that. I'm like, look, if you're an adult and you still doing what you're doing after you done learned and heard about it, then you ain't. I need to get to them before they make the mistakes that I made growing up. That's what I'm trying to do. So, but because I've had the experiences I've had growing up, talking and relating with the young people is, it's a lot easier. And I can understand them and I can deal with them in a way that not everybody do. And then I coach, baseball, football and stuff too. So, just marrying all those different things together. And now all kids love games, all kids love music and movies, it's real easy. Yeah. It's real easy to put all that together. So talk about your journey into music. How did you get into it and how did you know that this was going to be the thing that you wanted to do?
We basically just got off the foundation, so I'm not going to elaborate off of that. I was in a room with my little brother. He was a rapper, super young. But he started messing with Mixcraft, and he started recording himself. And I started freestyling. He like, you hard. So he recorded me. That became the first video. Ever since then, I done work with a lot of big people, including my partner where he big to me too.
Hey,
push, you know what I'm saying?
When they down with you, man. I mean, names is a name, and I need somebody that I can trust.
Yeah, I went from doing that in the room to having songs with Murphy Lee, Lil Flip, Bankroll Freddie, Bigger Rankin, et cetera, et cetera. This year I'm dropping with Jada Youngin, and then I got a single finna drop for you Atlanta people called Slut Buddies with China Monet of Ugly Money. So That's gonna be pretty decent.
I like that. Lil Flip, man, I ain't heard that name in a minute.
Other than that, man, I ain't doing nothing else real. My boy over here, man, he just dropped a song. He was playing around. He was playing around.
Push, what we got over there? Push, what we got, man?
All right, so growing up, every black little boy always had a dream of either being a rapper or a basketball player or a football player, something in the league. So I just think, me personally, I had a taste of all that growing up. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Always was around dudes that freestyle. Always was around the ciphers.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that because I know you from New York. Yo, son, your cipher, your godson.
But me, I used to kind of stand in the background. When I used to get my nerves up, I used to jump in a little bit, say a couple lines, and I might get a little ooh or I might get a little laugh at. But either way, I just thought I had it at some point.
That's how you do it, though. You put it out there.
Like you said, growing up, my mom never really went to church, but my grandmother was heavy in the church, still is. So my mom used to just make my grandmother take us all the time, 3 times out the week. I think once I hit like maybe 13, 14, it was a wrap after that. I was going to play basketball. We outside running around. We doing something. But just growing up after that, kind of lost touch with going to church all the time. Still went on occasions and stuff like that. But I always just music was always just around. You know what I'm saying? My uncle, my first rap cassette tape that I had was NWA.
Wait, say that again. What? It was on what kind of media? What was it?
It was a cassette tape.
Cassette tape.
With the ribbon.
With the ribbon. Take a pen.
I'm telling my age right now.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because when my cassette tape used to mess, I'd take my pen, get in there, turn it, wind it.
Or if you wanted to record over those cassette tapes, and it wasn't the ones that you could record over, you take the tape, put it over the little 2 sides, put it in, then record it. You can record whatever you want over it.
See that. Hey, we had to figure it out. We had to figure it out back then.
So, but I think when I first went away to college, dudes was all from New York City, Albany, and then like it was only 3 of us that was from upstate New York, and we just kind of like all meshed together, and it was ciphers and freestyles every day from the very first day everybody got to the dorm. So I always been around, just that whole element.
Yeah.
And then when I went home, started running the streets a little bit, started throwing parties. Like I said, I picked up the camera just to record my events, and then I fell in love with the camera. So I started to become the cameraman, the videographer, but then now people starting to see my little talent in that. So I'm starting to get bookings on weddings.
Okay.
Now I'm starting to get into music videos. And then my homeboy started showing me how to line up, edit the videos and stuff. And I want to say after doing that for 2.5, 3 years, like I kind of like felt like I was outgrowing my city. It wasn't enough, that I could do there. And then I decided to come to Atlanta.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, this is the place to be right here. So let me ask you this question. Let's give me your top 3. I ain't even gonna say top 5. Give me your top 3 influences in music. And I'm just saying music all together. I ain't gonna say just the top 3 hip hop. This is just your influences in music.
I would probably have to say Mobb Deep.
Oh, Mobb Deep.
Jay-Z.
Okay.
And I like Beanie Man, to be honest with you.
Hey. Simmer.
Yeah.
Who got the keys to the beat?
Big West Indian.
Oh, man, that's what's up.
Lover as far as reggae music.
Okay.
West Indian music.
Come on with it.
So with me, mine's for one. I go by the whole individual.
Okay, go for it.
My number 1 is Jamie Foxx.
All right.
That's my number 1.
I see. Yeah,
My number 2.
A lot of talent, Jamie. And people be sleeping on his talent, man.
My number 2 is Will Smith.
Okay. Get jiggy with it. But I'm telling you,
They all
Fresh
well
Prince.
rounded too.
Yeah, they like it's
So
not
my third one, you already know that.
Who that?
The Cube, man.
That's good. Yeah.
Cube, man.
Man, today was hey, I was listening to that today. The other day I was driving. I was like, man, you can't listen.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's good. I like that. I like those rounds. And see that I like you said, Push, you was like well-rounded. The music wasn't just one style. They were like chameleons. They could do different styles.
Yeah.
And then it was everything, but everything they did was good though. I enjoyed all Will Smith.
Cause LL another one.
Oh,
I ain't messing with Lady Love.
Cool James, man. Hey. I'm telling you, but I like because and then that makes sense too from a producer side of things, engineering side of things, because you know Will and Jamie, they real heavy on that side of the work that they do. And even Cube, you know, he was back there making sure stuff was right.
Yeah.
So I can see that. I can see that a lot, man. For me, man, shoot, I don't even know, man. I like all kinds of music. It don't matter.
Okay, break it down more. Let's say if you had, break it down with your feelings. Okay,
so
what's your go-to if you in like a weary state?
If I'm not feeling good, if I want to get uplifted, you know what I'm saying? I want to listen to some good band stuff, you know, some heavy band stuff. So give me some Earth, Wind, give me some Parliament, you know what I'm saying? Give me some good band stuff if I'm just really, you know, feel like I just need to be uplifted, you know, with some stuff like that. But then if I want to, you know, get crunk, you know what I'm saying? If I really want to ride out, then we was talking about this the other day. If I just want to be like, I'm getting pumped up, you know, just give me my Lil Jon Eastside boys, but also you got to give me everybody. So you got to take me from Georgia to Tennessee. So I want my my Memphis 10. So I got to get my 8-Ball, MJG, my UGK. I got to get them in there, and then but I love St. Lunatics though.
Them my boys.
I love them growing up, man, and I was probably late in high school. It was probably like right when I was in college was when that was getting real big. So with the right third, all that good stuff. And but I'll tell you what I do like though. I was watching a documentary that was showing just how they did.
You talking about BMF?
No. I'm talking about with the St. Lunatics when oh my gosh.
Yada yada.
No, I'm trying to see. If we weren't talking about this, I'd have said names right off the bat.
Oh, you talking about them?
I'm talking about them. I'm talking about them. No. I'm at the beginning. The who came out first? Oh God, it's getting hot in here.
Slow down.
It's getting hot in here. Nelly, thank you. God, I couldn't even say Nelly.
I'm trying not to say Nelly because I know that's the name you know. I just know that's the name you know.
I couldn't be. I'm just. It's the songs. You know what I'm saying? The name that's in my head is Chingy right now for song. I think I just heard his song the other day.
Okay.
Right there. You know, but I like behind. It was a behind the music. Or some documentary they were talking about, and first of all, how all of them was just in the studio, and they was like, "Look, we're gonna go real hard in the studio," and then they stayed together because it was like Nelly was the one that everybody got with commercially, so they was like, "We're gonna push Nelly," and when Nelly gets out, everybody else is coming behind him, and so I was like, that's how you're supposed to rock with your boys. Yeah. So any groups like that. So then you got your Goody Mob, you got your Dungeon Family, same similar type of thing. Whoever got pushed, they pushed. But everybody worked on the music. Everybody did what they needed to do to make sure everybody was together.
I know a couple guys back home that's how they basically did their whole camp. One
exactly.
On, and then he started pushing the next one. Now it's like 5 of them. They all doing their thing right
and they
now.
rocking. I mean, shoot, that's what I mean. The same thing with No Limit, same way.
Yeah, No Limit
was doing. So
actually, Bone Thugs, No Limit,
all them, man, and they was together. And so you saw the whole camp come out after whoever was most marketable at the time. Right. You know, they pushed who they thought was ready, and then everybody got behind them. And then all of a sudden, these other folks started coming. I was like, who are these people? But then they was good though. Yeah. It was good, man. You know, people be sleeping on. They just had because it was Bone Thugs and 666. They just did their little versus joint, right? 666. I love 3 6 Mafia, man. I enjoy them. That's that same Memphis, that same man. They was hard, running hard. But then Project Pat
came in something different.
Man,
give him his props.
Man, and so partying, so that's good when I'm feeling like that. So I want to listen to that kind of music. But then man, so you got all see there you go. You got that St. Louis came. I heard him right third. I heard it come out. But then other than that, I'm always good with some good Outkast. If I just want to just vibe out, just throw on any year, any album, Outkast, and I can just ride out that or Goody Mob. And so that's my vibe on that side. I'll listen to them. But that's me. So I'm more of like give me my bands to get me pumped up, get me ready, get my bands to uplift me, get my crunk music, then, my party music, tear the club up, give me that to get me crunk, want to do my thing. And then, if I just want to vibe out, just give me somebody like some good, like I said, Outkast or some Goody Mob, some conscious rap. You know what I'm saying? I can roll with that. I can definitely roll with those. Those are my tops right there.
Where your love songs at?
My love. Well, see, if you get me in the love songs. Let's see. Well, see, when I was I was in high school when Freaknik was here, and then in college. So when we was rocking love songs, it'd be like your Jodeci, it'd be your H-Town, it'd be your oh my goodness, I used to love that All for One song. So in love, I don't know, man. But see, like I said, I listen to all. I'm cool. Music, if it's good music, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna listen to it. So just give me any one of those. Those were good ones. But give me some old school love songs. I'll ride with those too. Anybody out the 70s, out the 70s, early 80s, I'll do them love songs too. So I'm good. I'll do some Neo, some Neo. He had some good songs as well.
Neo, Mad, Cry, what's that? Lie to Me, Cry to Me. Mm-hmm. I had a whole phase with relationship problems with him, man.
Wait a minute. You gotta be you gotta be careful. You know what? I gotta so like my god brother, he just started putting out his own music, but we was listening to, he broke up with his girl, right? We was listening to his whole album and was like, yeah, man, you going through it. Yeah, you going through it, man. You lost you one on that one, but good music. That's what Maxwell, that was why he came out with his whole thing. Some girl
John
that he same thing. So I mean, hey, it's cool, man. But it's cool, and it's also cool how music, you can track somebody's feelings based on the music that they listening to. And you ain't got to talk. You hear somebody listening to songs, it's like, okay, maybe they just vibing, or they upset, or they going through it, or they happy. You know what I'm saying? You can tell. You definitely tell by the music doing. So with your music, what would you kind of say the music that you've made, or the music that you are producing now? What kind of genre is it, or what kind of music are you trying to create for folks?
It's like a R&B hip hop. It's like a pop rap.
Okay.
It's like a mixture of I feel good, this feel good music, sorrow, why today, man, come to uplift. You can ride through the whole CD.
And that's it. I like those. I don't want to skip through. I want to ride the whole CD.
I tell you what, and it give you like, I say my music will give you like a moray, like a ride wave with like a Lil Baby effect or something like that.
All right, I like that.
Am I lying? I need somebody from the outside looking in now. Now give me a real. We need a real.
Hey. Like I say, if it ain't no good, tell me go back into the lab. But if it's good, hey.
Nah, so I met Wes Keys when maybe my 4th month down here. He was like one of the first few dudes I met down here. I met a handful when I first met down here, but after rocking a few times, like, he was the only one that really stuck around, and like, we bonded, and I used to, I stay partial to everybody's stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying with you, like, if it sound good, or if it makes me, it brings something out of me.
Trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or if it's trash,
he said earlier, he said, man, look, don't put that out.
Yeah, nah.
But majority of the music, when I first started hearing them put it out, and the location where we was at, they was putting up a lot of videos. I was feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I was actually shooting. I was behind the scenes, capturing a lot of the stuff, and I was putting out my own little promos because that was something that I felt like I could, promote. You know what I'm saying? And not only vibe to, but you know what I'm saying? It was just something about the music that I seen other people kind of like, bobbing their head to. So he definitely makes good music to me. You know what I'm saying? Beats be nice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. He said he got the check in the mail. Yeah.
But he ride. I like the way he ride beats though.
So what's your genre? What would you call your music?
So once again, I am not a rapper. But if I was to indulge, I'm more like I would say I would be more like a gangster hustler rapper.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I love it. I love it.
I mean, I like I said, I grew up on NWA. I like, you know, I grew up on D Block. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on 50 Cent and G Unit. You know what I'm saying? The Mobb Deep era. So I like a lot of that hustle, kind of like gritty rap. You know what I'm saying? I like hard beats.
He was in that cutthroat environment though. You upstate New York.
You couldn't listen to nothing fluffy out there.
Nah, not at all. Nah, don't get it twisted though.
By yourself, you probably
because my hometown is more of a West Indian hometown, so there's a lot of reggae parties. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Caribbean parties. So I grew up on a lot of
dance hall and
yeah.
You
know what I'm saying? And then my mom was from Jamaica. My mom's family.
Okay,
from Jamaica,
okay.
So that's what I actually really grew up on.
I got you.
Once my uncle gave me a taste of that NWA, it was over. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's the story for a lot of folks, man. When they actually got that cassette tape,
Yep.
and it was straight out of Compton, it was over. At that point, it was like, oh, I'm in, I'm done.
Then Biggie came in into the picture. So you know, I me personally, for me, I like it's the beat is everything for me. You know what I'm saying? If it's a nice beat and I'm bobbing my head, I'm already sold. You know what I'm saying? You could be like blah 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 blah, and I'm still rocking to it because of the beat. You know what I'm saying?
I cannot understand none of the words that's coming out your mouth. but that beat is hard, so I'm gonna keep listening because I'm liking what I'm hearing at that point. I feel y'all on that.
So I'm big on the beat and energy off that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then when I go to record something or edit something or just shoot whatever, you know, I look for something that's got a catchy beat or, you know what I'm saying, that's just gonna hit the ears right off the bat.
That's what you want. That's what you want. So we're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna go ahead and transition over to the esports segment. I'm just gonna ask y'all a couple of questions, and then we're gonna get into that film segment. So we talk a little bit more about what you're doing behind the camera and where you want to go with that.
You laughing at me, Quan Perry?
Yeah, so you see, this is my marching band friends. I'm marching the band at Tuskegee, man. You know, everything. Oh, wait a minute. What you know about? What you know about all that, man? So yeah, we was in the drum section, man, horns, and so we used to have the, you know, and we talking about producing. GameFi podcast, everything gaming, art, music, esports, and film. Live up here with West Keys and Push Up in the house, doing our thing on this episode of GameFi podcast. We're moving into the esports segment. We started off with a little marching band in the background, getting everything ready. Shouts out to the Celebration Bowl just happened. South Carolina State took down Jackson State University. You know, that was pretty big, especially with a lot of the attention that the HBCUs are getting now. So, you know, I could hear on the radio. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was driving up and down because my son had a swim meet and my daughter had a dance recital. So I was like way in Conyers, east of Atlanta, and then I had to go way out to Fairburn, way west Atlanta. So I was up and down the highway, so I was just listening to it. But when you talk about producing, so, you know, not only, you know, in the drum section, first of all, you know, you had your cadences and things that you played like that, so you had to put everything together. But it was the heartbeat and the engine of the band, so, you know, we had to make sure everything linked together correctly. We was going from part to part if it was a field show or if we're in the stands and we got a little medley going on and we battling or whatever. You had to make sure you had everything together. But arranging those songs to make sure that everything had what it needed to have. And then, you know, I'm a dancer too, man. You know, I get my, you know.
Okay.
So, you know.
Don't do them.
Nah, they ain't ready for it. But, you know, that was always my thing. You know, we had to come up with the dance routine. And so you had to mesh the different songs. So we was like, okay, we're going to take this song, put it together. But you can't just slap songs together. You know what I'm saying? The timing got to be right. The rhythm got to be right. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the right key change so that when they're playing it, because, you know, we were a real band. We played while we danced. We didn't just stop, take your horns down, stop playing and just juking out there. Right. Nah, you had to do everything together. So everything had to make sure.
Shout out to the drum major, man.
Oh, man.
Shout out to the drum major.
You know what? I never got to be a drum major, but I did. I was the unofficial official drum major for the band, because like whenever we were doing something, you know, sometimes the drum would be like, hey ET, man, go there, man, they ain't doing right, man, get them. So then I had to get out a bag on them and make sure they get it back right. But I had so much fun in the marching band, man, and the reason why I left football was because of the band. Them ladies,
I went straight into the band from freshman year.
Them ladies, I was like, I can be around here knocking heads and all up close to some stinky dudes, or I can be up here with pretty ladies, sweating whatever. And we when you on the field in the South in the summertime, we used to get stinky too, cause we used to be. But hey, I loved it though. And they was, and so you get in close, you be like, okay, you see a different side of a lady at that point who loves who get down dirty and do what she need to do, but then she clean it up and you go out and do your thing. Yeah. But it was like, man, you was family. But that's what I was like, look, this is why I'm in March, man. I can't do these hard legs over here. I can't do that. I got to be with these ladies over here. So that's what took me to the band. So that was fun. But we used to produce a lot of different things. We used to parties. We used to always put parties together. And I talk about this all the time. And if anybody follow GameFi the podcast on everything, y'all can follow us. You hear me talking about this all the time. We had a group. It was everybody. If it was your turn to DJ, you would DJ such and such. No, you were DJ Scratch and Sniff, excuse me. And if you was MCing, you was MC such and such. Okay. So it could be the same name was on the flyer, but it'd be a different person doing what they needed to do. Yeah. But we would have fun, man. You put them things together. You got the party vibing. You want the ebb and the flow of the party to go right. You had to have the right music to back that up. And so you knew if you knew something was going on, or if a fight break out, you got to know what to play to get it back together. But I'm telling you, I had my band director. It was Tuskegee versus, I want to say it might have been Alabama State or somebody. Man, he was cold. It was the end of the game. We beat them for their homecoming. And they got mad, and the two teams was getting close. He was like, what was the name of the song? He was like, oh my God. Nas.
He's a fire starter?
Oh, no. It was the song by Nas, You Can Hate Me Now. Yeah, that was it. He was like, hate me now. So you see people walking, dun, 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 and they just fighting, boom, boom, boom. And he just is a soundtrack while they were fighting. I was like, that's the coldest move I ever seen a band director do. This old guy was like, yeah, we're gonna put a track to this fight. He had us like that. You can hate me, man. That was a man. I don't know if anybody recorded that, man. But see, this was before social media, for real, man. And if we had social media when we was growing up, man, I don't know, we probably would have been real messed up because we was doing all kind of stuff growing up. But now you can put stuff out there like that. So how do y'all incorporate? I see we on live right now. So how do y'all incorporate social media in what y'all do?
I mean, that's a big part of everything, to be honest with you. I mean, not even just with the music. Even just with music. I mean, that's pretty much what everyday life right now. I mean, people use social media to promote whatever business they got going on, restaurants. So I mean, social media is just big on getting the information out there on whatever you got. Period.
Exactly.
Social media is my cloud.
Go for it.
So it's the precipitation, the condensation.
Just to get it on everybody.
It's like, you don't gotta ask me what I'm doing because I'm finna show you.
You're
gonna have to turn my notifications off. And on top of that,
or unfriendly.
No, wait.
Unfollow me, please.
So St. Louis, so see, we heard some more St. Louis out there. See, I be listening, man. He said he got a show. So Missouri, correct?
Yeah.
The show me state.
Yeah, you got.
See, he's like, you got to show me. See.
Yeah. You gotta show me all that.
I guess he might be a little bit of St. Louis through and through.
A little bit
right
of everybody. If I came down here, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? I got all that in me. You feel me?
That is. So, I feel you.
But no, it's my way of networking contact too. A lot of times, family members and all that stuff. Like, I understand, like, we reach out to them, but they not in the region. So I reach out to somebody. From facial recognition to everything, I be adding everybody pretty much from every city.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
And so I be knowing too from the works that I see them do, or how they was networking level, who to reach out to and who not to reach out to.
Bad. So here we go. Right now, I need you to tell everybody, how can they follow you on social media right now?
At WestKeys_ on Twitter and Instagram. At WestKeys_ on Twitter and Instagram. Everything else is WestKeys from Google on out. World Star, whatever. WestKeys.
World Star, man, I ain't heard World Star in a minute. What are they doing with World Star right now?
I don't know what they doing with World Star, but I shout out to World Star for my little 4 to 5 million views from 2020 on out, and it still helped me put a nice lump in my career. So
that's it. Hey, that's how you do it. Push. What about you, man?
Well, I'm not quite world star level yet, but
I'm
quite sure you can Google my name, it'll pop up here and there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, everything is Push Hefner. IG Push_Hefner.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Push Hefner.
Yeah.
Hefner.
New York, man.
So my company is called the Hefner Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
And
Shout out to the Hefner Boys.
Yeah, I'm one half of the owner.
Man.
I'm Push Hefner.
Wait. Where did Hefner come from? Where did that part come from?
All right, so remember I told you I used to throw parties back in my hometown.
Oh, wait a minute.
So
they called you. So you
yeah,
was
so
like
I started throwing all these parties.
I wanted him to tell you where he got his name
Go
from
ahead, I'm
so
listening.
bad, but the time was going out.
Nah, real quick. So
you good.
So I
We
started
straight.
throwing these parties in my town. And shout out to my crew when I was throwing the parties. It's called Lion Paw. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Big into reggae.
What's up, Lion Paw?
Yeah, and so we started out really small, and then it was a group of us. So I had like say my homegirls, which was called GKG, Girls Kissing Girls. I had my homeboys who was big on graphics and doing flyers and stuff. They was Def Town Media, and then I had my homeboy who he was a stylist, or I should say he used to what's the word I'm looking for? He
Designer,
clothes
dress,
designer.
yeah.
So and he was the one that used to make all my clothes. So when I first started coming out doing
what's
the
up.
parties,
See, that's New York, man. They
Yeah,
make
I'm
clothes.
just
They,
listening.
they do that.
yeah, and he was nice with it. He's still nice with it. So long story short, I was throwing a bunch of parties. We was throwing a bunch of house parties. Got into a couple clubs. One of my parties, my birthday party. It was called Pusha P and Friends. Okay. I had a bunch of people come from Buffalo.
Okay.
This dude named Happy. He was pretty much a big promoter out in Buffalo. He ran like a lot of the strip clubs out there. So he had ended up bringing a few strippers to my birthday party. Now we wasn't supposed to have strippers in this party in this club.
Turned up.
The owner came because they starting to get a little X-rated. The owner comes and says, "Listen, he doesn't want nobody recording everything." So he jumps on the mic. He was like, "What stays?" It was called the club called Ruby Hall. What stays in Ruby Hall? What goes on in Ruby Hall stays in Ruby Hall. Everybody just started yelling. It was like a big celebration. You just see hands going up. The bottles started popping. Next thing you know, the girls started really getting X-rated.
Wow.
Not to go into it, but the one girl just
At Push's party.
at Push's party, she started making a fountain, water just coming
Whoa,
from
wait.
everywhere.
Wow.
Long story short, the next day,
That's that P. Hefner right there, boy. I'm telling you.
long story, the next day, my homeboy that was in attendance to the party, one of my mans who was making my flyers and stuff, he was like, "Yo, bro," he was like, "that was one of the best parties I've ever been to." He was like, "Yo," he was like, you the Hefner of the game. You the Hefner of the game. Push Hefner." And the name just stuck because they was always calling me Pusha P.
Right.
Just always dibbling and dabbling and just stayed with some type of hustle or had a job or
Gotcha.
just was always pushing.
Don't get around,
Yeah, so that next day, I changed my name on Facebook from Pusha P to Push Hefner, and the name stuck. I've been going on that for like 9
So what's the
years
social medias again?
now. It's Push_Hefner. That's on IG. You can look up YouTube Push Hefner,
Give him the Hefner.
Facebook Push Hefner, and my company is Hefner Boys, and that's boys with a Z.
Hefner Boys.
Hefner Boys.
Yeah, I'm about to make sure. Man, look here. Let me.
Yeah, we
before
gonna lock
out,
in, man. We
Oh yeah, and I stay around the ladies. All right, they don't call me Push Hefner for no reason.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy, man. This is it's too much fun. Right here, I see I get in trouble being around y'all. I'll be
Good- the
getting
good
great
trouble, though, the good
Okay,
trouble.
okay, hey,
Yeah,
good trouble.
yeah,
Hey,
good
ain't got no
trouble.
problem with that
We
one, man.
don't
Ain't got
bad
no
trouble.
Shoot, let's transition this thing to the last segment here. This is our film segment right here on the GameFi podcast, where we're talking everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and now we're getting into the film segment. We're just gonna do some reminiscing in the film segment as we get ready to close out this 2021, headed into the 2022. Our last episode for the year. I think we might get one more in. I'm not sure. It depends on how I feel, cause it's Christmas coming up, and when Christmas happens, that's it. The year over with, man. I'm in the house. I've been heavy on NBA 2K. I'm in the middle of the career mode right now. I'm tops in the East League playing with
You might got the bug, though.
I did, man. I never really played it until Thanksgiving. My pops passed like 8 years ago, so now for Thanksgiving we travel, right? We go somewhere like Florida or South Georgia, and we like rent a house and the family come down and we do our thing. And so one of my cousins, my niece, she came down, she brought her PlayStation, she had NBA 2K on there, and then one of my other cousins, she came in and she's real nice on that thing. So I was like, I don't really play 2K, but I got on that thing and I was up all night.
You said I hate them. I got on that.
I got. Hey, it bit me, man. It bit me something hard on that 2K, man.
Yeah.
Shoot. So that's what we doing. But let's get the film. So I'm a movie guy. I love movies. I like how movies get put together. But then that goes back a little bit to what you were saying, West Keys, about production, because you just can't do what you need to do. What you been say?
Have y'all seen the new Spider-Man yet?
Nope, have not seen it yet.
She don't do that.
You trying to see? We got Chemical asking about the Spider-Man back there, trying to mess it up for everybody, because ain't nobody, we ain't got the jailbroke fire sticks and stuff, so we can see the Spider-Man and whatnot, because she all techie.
She got the website. She gonna send it right now.
And do us wrong, but let's see. Well, okay, let's do that. Christmas movie. I say Christmas movies that are coming out right now. Is there something coming out right now that y'all want to see?
His music video.
Oh,
This is trying to put me on the spot.
hey man, I want to see that too. Hey, I need to see what.
I'm working on one though.
I'm gonna manage him, bro. I'm not playing with him, bro.
Listen, I hear a lot of music out here. I feel like if they can do it, I can do it.
Hey man, that's it, man. And even with this, we started this podcast, man. We thought it had to be polished and it had to be all this, that, and the other. And we was like, I don't know who it was. We were watching somebody, or we set in on it. We set in on somebody's podcast. And we watched how they put it together, and we was like, for real, that's all this is? You just got to get out there and do it. Yeah. That's it. Just got to get out there and do it. It don't matter. And then after you do it for a while, you get better at it. You learn your craft. You get better at your craft, and then, it's real cool when you put it out there. But
I honestly can say I seen when he
trial by error.
I saw when he started with the camera, and he got me looking pretty good right about now. So I gotta say.
We gotta say, hey, Chemical, we gotta say, because we always need some good videos, some good videography going on, some promos, some commercials and things like that. Because when it comes to this, kids and everything I do is about the next generation. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make my money too, and do what I need to do, because I got my three little ones at the house, so I want to make sure they straight. But they very creative, and so I see what they watch, I see what they following, and I'm like, that's some trash what y'all following. Y'all need to do it yourselves. But then you got to be careful,
right?
Because as soon as I said that, they was like, all right, daddy. This is what I want to do. And I was like, dang, now I got to go buy this equipment. I got to go do that. I got to put this, we got to travel here. We got to help them put their stuff together. And that's what they want to do. So, but then I was like, huh?
You want to do a movie?
Yeah, actually, I do. I want to do a movie.
You do?
Yeah.
We want to do a movie too.
What kind of movie? Well, see, about to get ourselves in trouble. I'm gonna be like, what kind of movie? Nah, we're going to do a movie. Hey, Chemical, this is about like when we was on with Kenjoy and bringing Sugar on the stage. We just get way off the rails and scripts here. But nah, we very interested in doing a movie. Definitely want to get into that. We want to produce. I want to put it together, because I love to watch how different directors put films together. I love the way they see it. I really love Quentin Tarantino when he puts the stuff out of order and puts it together, and he gets weird with it and he bring it back. I love M. Night Shyamalan, his extra over the top weird, but that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can be weird. But shoot, anything, man. Just like music has been popping in Atlanta for a while, the movie industry is really popping in Atlanta right now, television and movies, man. So I go to a lot of conferences and cons and stuff, and I see some of the online content that gets put together that people are putting out. They just getting out there doing it. They're getting how they live. It's different, and it's free, and I like it. And it's like, you know what? They just having a good time.
And we didn't even answer the question. We got to answer the question.
Oh, the movies. What's coming out? What's coming out?
So as far as coming out, what need to come out is they ended the Avengers wrong. They didn't do it right, bro. And that's me.
Okay.
I'm a DC Marvel.
Okay.
If I want to watch it, you got to straight take my attention. I'm talking about
right.
action. You got to take my attention.
Okay.
And they didn't do it right.
What would you like to see or happen?
A part 3, another one coming soon.
Well, I think they are.
I think they're trying to put the focus on DC now.
But DC has to come with it though. You know,
DC don't come with.
they trying to. I think they were trying to catch up with what Marvel was doing instead of taking their time.
They still got those. They had a lot of those TV series. What DC had going on. Well, Netflix series.
Yeah, true. They did. DC had a bunch of them, but then I started low key finding the ones on the Marvel side and trying and looking at some of the stuff. So they started to do that too, spinoffs. Trying to do a bunch of those spinoffs and just to keep people's attention and keep them on there. But I wanted them to develop their characters out a little bit more. Like if you read comics growing up, if you watched the cartoon stuff growing up,
it ain't the hype gone.
They don't do it the same. You know, they rushing it. They rushing it. And it's like, no, I want the backstory. The thing that made me want to read and want to follow that particular character or want that particular superpower is because I could relate. And I knew what they was talking about.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is. We know. But Marvel, I ride with Marvel hard. I ride with DC hard. So I like to see what they're doing, but I don't want them to rush.
I want to know why we don't get it like another like Justice League type deal thing.
I think it's in the works. I think it's in the works. I think they're trying to break them apart. The Snyder cut, which was kind of the latest thing they pushed out there, but all it was a mashup of the last Justice League movie that was out. But they showed it was basically the director's cut. They showed the stuff that they wish they could have been.
The blend with Galaxy Quest. Did you feel like it was off a little bit? I felt like Thor didn't fit in it at all.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Like you said, I needed to take my attention. You know what I'm saying? And make and look and try to make sense. So like don't just feed me something just because you want it to be that. Make it make sense to me. Don't get too far off of script. But you know, in movies they take that license. They want to just do what they want to do sometimes in the movies because they feel like it'd be better if you do this and you do that. But again, I just like take your time, tell your story. Cause you still got me. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait for the next one to come out.
But don't confuse incident with story.
Tell some more. Say some more about that.
Don't confuse incident with story because it's like we understand events.
Mm-hmm.
We understand propaganda.
Right.
We understand the uprisings and the downfalls, but at the same time, we don't know why. Sometimes you just give it to us. And we don't know the dam broke, but why? You know what I'm saying? They didn't say it was an old site for World War II back in, and it'd build up the lead and crack through the wall toward the water pressure. And, they don't say nothing like that.
And you hit it. I mean, you hitting it right
so
on.
They got to start it off with the war. Am I right or wrong?
Exactly. Take your time. That's what I'm saying. Take your time. Tell me the backstory. Give me all the stuff. And then even if you just going to talk about it, then give me the prequel or whatever afterwards that'll get me there. You got to get me there. Don't just leave me out there like, okay, so-and-so showed up and he got this power and that's the end of the day. Nah, man, give me more. Give me more.
That's like God of War. I love God of War, but I didn't like God of War because it's not explanatory. It's like, this who I am. You just get out there. Like, no.
They just do what they're going to do. Just and it's like, and we supposed to accept it. But, but what's cool, too, is that you'll get, my son likes to look at go on YouTube and then he'll watch all of the people who do the explanations and then try to tie stuff together. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, those are pretty cool. Those are actually pretty cool to let you see. So if it was something you missed or you didn't quite understand, and they'll talk about the different theories that kind of went back into it, and then they kind of get you there. But I'm still gonna go see it. But let me ask y'all this: now, every movie that's coming out, they trying to say it's only gonna be in theaters for a little bit of time. Are y'all going to the theater? Are y'all going back to the movie theaters right now? Or are y'all just waiting to come out at the house?
I mean, I don't know. I got to be in the mood. The last time I've been to the movies was when I first moved here, and that was that was 2 years ago. Next month will be 2 years.
Yeah. Okay.
So I went like maybe 4 days after my birthday. And I went to go see, what did I go see? Fast and Furious, the last one. But to be honest with you, the way how technology is these days, and you can, as soon as it come out, you can just stream it. Like I'd rather stay home and kick my feet up and
eat what I want to eat, drink what I want to drink,
do everything that I want to do in the comfort of my own home.
Press pause, go to the bathroom,
mm-hmm.
in my own bathroom,
and leave and come back to it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'd rather just watch those new movies in the comfort of my own home.
Fall asleep, rewind.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know,
I mean, every time I go to the movie, I fall asleep anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like, that was a waste of money.
I mean, I come from an outgoing family, so I mean, we've been recording on VCRs when it came on TV since I was little. So you really think I'm going to the movies? HBO Max.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
HBO Max.
Streaming, man. Fire Stick, man. I'm telling you, man. My friend, my homeboy, he was crazy, but he's like, I got that. But this is post bootleg type stuff because you can jailbreak your stuff.
Oh yeah.
He's like, hey man, so and so, I got it. And we like, okay, and go watch it. So yeah, I'm not.
No,
I'm gonna be interested to see how movie theaters do. Are they gonna be able to stay in the business? Are they gonna go the way of like the Blockbuster? Like it's
Do you
no
think
more.
they're building a virtual back channel? Do you think they're coming up with something that's more of a pay-per-view type thing?
They should. Well, I do know on the sports side, they've been dibbling and dabbling with putting. They have like cameras out in certain areas, and so you're supposed to be so you can actually attend like the NBA is doing real well at this. Mm-hmm. They already been trying to do it where you can basically have a courtside seat and watch it through your VR goggles. They've been working on that already. So having a camera there. So I think the way that sports, they doing it now with concerts. It was one of the Korean B2K or whatever. Mm-hmm. You could be at the concert with your goggles on. And they interacted with the car.
That's my daughter's favorite group.
Oh man, they killing it.
She'll be 12 on Wednesday, and that's her favorite group.
Killing it. I'm shaking my head like, oh my God.
I just found out who they were.
Yeah. But they killing the game.
I've been new. I had a girlfriend.
B2K. Hey, K-pop, all that stuff. Hey, to each their own. They killing it. But our Asian brothers and sisters, man, they on the cutting edge of a lot of stuff. Out there, they're doing it big time. With how they're pushing things and promoting things, and then I'm always interested in the whys behind what they do, and then actually how they actually treating the artist at the end of the day. So if it's healthy for them, healthy for you, then I'm all for it. But I just want everybody to get. I want everybody to get what they're supposed to get, man. I don't want folks to get taken advantage of, and then folks to be able to enjoy the way they enjoy. But they working on that. So maybe the movie theaters are doing the same thing, where you can actually watch the movie with your VR goggles on.
This is all leading to us being in the house.
They want you,
or just stream it wherever you at.
Unless you get a virtual car, you got a joystick on the left.
Oh, do it like how they did in Black Panther. You just in that joint, you just driving the car, and it just manifests itself. But if we are going to get it, they flying drones right now. You sitting in one spot and your drone is in another country across the world somewhere, and you over here flying it. So it's all of that is going in that direction. I think what we have to do though, we have to make sure that we don't allow it to take over our lives. Now everybody think about the computers will take over and try to kill us. I ain't talking about Terminator type stuff. What I'm talking about, it'll take over as in we
put us at a rest. Like we bed resting out with damn headset on.
And that's all we doing, man. And so they've made movies about that stuff.
They did with the robots, remember?
Yep, they did that. Surrogates. I always pull it out my bag. Surrogates. If y'all ain't seen it, Surrogates with Bruce Willis. They did the same thing. And then Wall-E, the animated movie, the same thing. They was on the ship and they all vegged out because they was doing virtual stuff. They weren't even walking around doing nothing no more. So it's crazy. But everything is happening, I think, the way it's supposed to be happening, man. But, well, everybody, it is time for us to go. We've had a lot of fun over here on the Live Hip Hop Daily Studios with the GameFi podcast with Push Hefner.
That's me.
West Keys in the house. West Keys, we ain't even asked you, so where'd you get West Keys from?
Because I'm from the west side of St. Louis and I play keys. Shout out to my advocate, Murphy Lee. Shout out to my advocate, Lil Flip. Shout out to Joe Terry, who keep me motivated.
Lil Flip, man, Game Over, didn't he?
Yeah.
Man, that's one of my favorite songs. We actually,
That beat was hot, too.
Man, We use that song right now. Matter of fact, you might need to go ahead and
I
talk
made
to
a remix to it.
What? I need to.
I'll call him. I don't know if he gonna answer.
Listen. We need to get behind that because we did a little fundraiser and did a dance challenge to that. My daughter, man, I'm gonna show you when we get out there. I'm gonna show you the dance challenge my daughter did the Game Over, and I was like, we need to do that for real, and like really push it out there and so get folks out there getting back on it, man. But that was one of my favorite. That beat, push you for real. That beat, man, I was killing. I love that song.
Yeah.
Man. Wow. Small world, small Atlanta. That's how we do it here at the GameFi podcast. And there go the sirens, everybody. You know what that means. It's time for us to get up out of here. It's your boy, Coach E, Crane Violet, MC such and such, DJ Scratcher Sniff doing the thing. Up here with West Keys in the house, with Push Hefner in the house, making it do what it do on this episode of the GameFi podcast. We'll talk everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. Again, here on the Live Hip Hop Daily Studios. I think we got one more episode for y'all before we close out 2021. Nope. That's it. Say, hey.
This is it.
This is it. I just got it. The grand finale.
We gotta save the best for last.
But that's how we gonna do it. We had our
wait, we gotta close out, man. Shout out to the GameFi podcast.
Man, I appreciate y'all.
Man.
We'll be back 2022.
Man, we'll be back, you know what I'm saying, doing how we do. Check out, we're gonna have some marathons coming up and everything like that, so y'all can see it. Follow us from the beginning all the way up until now, going into 2022. Man, y'all stay safe out there. We got them variants, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all be healthy. All right. Peace up, A-Time down. You know how we do it.